Hey, hello, good afternoon. It's Casey in the Volume.com studio. Thanks to our friends over at Von Elrod's. And not only in the Volume.com studio, we're actually on Volume.com right now because we have guests here in the studio. Got a show coming up on Friday out at the Basement East. It's Brent Cobb and Carll. Hello.
Hello.
How we doing?
All right.
Yeah. So it's coming up. This is the Getting Together tour. Is actually getting ready to kick off this Friday, right?
Yeah, it's the first night of the tour this Friday.
So I mean, no pressure because I know it's going on for like a month, but it's the very first night. So if it doesn't go well, I mean, your month is ruined. You know that, right?
No, that's what we started
pressure
in Nashville because there is no pressure. You can mess up all you want in Nashville.
Right.
It's not like it's a crowd full of musicians.
That's actually kind of next level. That's some thought there. I like that. Well, you want to go ahead, give us a little sample of what we might hear on Friday and play a little something for us. What do you want to do?
Well, we've yet to really get together.
This is our first time to get together, like 4 minutes ago.
And we should clarify. I mean, Brent, you literally left Georgia and came to this studio, did you not?
Dropped my daughter off at school in Americus, Georgia this morning, and I came straight here. It took about 6 hours and 10, 15 minutes. I just got here.
Man, I'm tired just hearing the story. You're remarkably.
I poured a beer.
you did. And you know what?
Drive.
It's one of those medicinal beers, though, right?
Correct.
Absolutely.
Right.
All right. Well, I guess what do we think we might want to do then?
You want to do one?
Yeah, I'll kick it off here. I was just thinking last time I saw you, though, a couple months ago with your daughter, we were supposed to meet up, and you were stuck in an elevator.
Speaking
Which
of,
is a nightmare.
I had to pee so bad when I got back because I didn't want to stop because I didn't want to be late for this today. And I was telling my wife, I was telling Lane, I was like, we got to hurry to the room. I hope the elevator doesn't break down because if it does, I may not make it. Because the last time we got together, it did.
All my tame and all my wild, all my man and all my child, all my faults and all my scars, all my sometimes lucky stars, all my joys and my regrets, all my old Guy Clark cassettes. I knew the night we met, you'd get it all. All my lows and all my highs, all my truth and all my lies, all my rights and all my wrongs, all my from now on love songs, all my future, all my roots, all my worn out cowboy boots that I kick off in the hall. You get it all. And I'd rather drive you crazy being more than you can stand than to let you try to love half a man. And all my cards are on the table, and darling, it's your call. But I'm all in, so lose or win, you get it all. All my cloud of Texas dust, all my humble, all my bragging, all my on and off the wagon, all my be old place to hide, all my always on your side, all my catch you when you fall, you get it all. And I'd rather drive you crazy being more than you can stand than to let you try to love half a man. And all my cards are on the table, and darling, it's your call. But I'm all in, so lose or win, you get it all. All my blessing, all my curse, all my better, all my worse. From the chapel to the hearse, you get it all.
Hayes Carll here on Lightning 100, hanging out in the Volume.com studio, along with Brent Cobb, getting ready for the Getting Together tour. It's going to be kicking off coming up this Friday out at the Basement East. And let's see, you, Hayes, I know we're talking about the Basement East show now. I saw coming up next year, you've got some pretty big shows coming up too, don't you? Maybe in some big buildings, perhaps? Did I see that earlier?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I mean, I hope so. But
okay.
My 2023 isn't really booked yet.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. All right.
I have a pretty crazy year.
I was going to say, if you see it on the internet, it must be true. We'll leave that alone.
I'll bring you. Come hang out then.
Yeah,
together.
you got work. I'll come. I'm looking for.
Luke Combs is going to take me out.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's like a football arena.
Yep, and
It's
you know,
crazy.
I drew
my mind.
all my arrows in the wrong place,
Football
guys.
stadiums.
I'm so
You're
sorry.
playing. Okay.
Or
Yeah.
stadiums, I mean, not arenas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arenas. That's small
I watch football. You know,
We can do arena football,
that's
though.
small, just like a little small. Yeah, man, we don't
you
do
don't do
we don't do
arenas.
arenas anymore,
These
bro.
stadiums.
Nice. Now all of a sudden, you just got me thinking about the days of the old Nashville Cats games. We used to go downtown and see them there. Arena football, that was always fun. So we're getting ready for this Getting Together tour. It's going to be happening on Friday at the Basement East with Brent Cobb and Hayes Carll. And this, I was doing some reading and making horrible notes, apparently. I was doing some reading to kind of get ready for y'all to come out here and visit. And one thing, whenever it seems like, and Brent, I think you said something too. It seems like you two guys are just, I mean, you're big friends. You both love each other's music. Like, it seems like this is not just an excuse to hang out for a month, but it seems like it's going to be a pretty good month for you two, right? Hanging out and going on tour with each other.
I think so. We wrote together several years ago. Do you remember the song we wrote? I don't remember.
We didn't finish it.
Okay.
Our track record is not great.
We won't do that. But we only really hung out that one time.
Yeah, we never really spent time together, so it's a bit of a.
We're about to find out.
Yeah, this is the trial run right here.
We're gonna learn.
But I'm a huge fan of Brent's,
right.
and I think we enjoy each other's music, and so when we talked about teaming up, I just love the idea of getting to hear him every night and teaming up on some stuff and making music together. I really love what he does, so I'm excited about getting to be on the road with him.
I'll never forget. Well, first of all, I remember Rob Baird gave me a copy of Trouble in Mind when it came out, and that CD did not leave my truck for probably a year. And then my wife got the CD, and it didn't leave her car for a year.
Oh, man.
And then we somehow opened for you at 3rd and Lindsley, probably 2012 or 13.
I remember
I was sound checking. I had my Chase McGill, banjo player, playing with me, and Hayes and the band were sitting at the bar. I don't know if y'all were drinking or eating, but you walked over during sound check. I was nervous, man, because I was like, "It's Hayes Carll sitting over here, man." And he walked over and he said, "Man, Brent, I'm Hayes." I was thinking, I know. And he said, "I just want to let you know I'm a fan." Well, then later that evening, I was so nervous that I had drank a few too many probably, and then you were about to go on. I finished my set soberly, and then you were about to go on, and I went into the green room, and everybody was just kind of chill and hanging out. It was before I had done a lot of, some touring, but not like professional grade touring. and I was pretty excited, and everybody was just super laid back. And finally, I was like, "Hayes, what are y'all doing? This is the Hayes Carll band. You should be partying right now." And Hayes looked up from his notes, and he said, "Well, Brent, sorry to disappoint you."
You always thought we were more fun than we did.
Well, man, I just love your music so much, man.
That's a great. And what you said, like, Brent, I believe you've been ill-informed. So.
Well, we certainly did our share back then, but we were also we'd been on the road for a minute.
Right.
It had lost a little bit of its charms.
Right. Got a couple city miles, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, right on. We're hanging out with Brent Cobb and Hayes Carll here on Lightning 100 in the Volume.com studio. Coming up on Friday, it is the Getting Together tour going to kick off over at the Basement East. Brent, you put out an album. You did a gospel album earlier this year. And I saw it, and I was going through and looking at it. And with most artists, they put out a gospel album, and I'm not trying to be facetious here, but they'll do the cover of Awesome God and all that. You went deeper. You went back like you did Washed in the Blood and Softly and Tenderly and like the stuff people are like raised on, man.
Yeah.
Was that kind of deliberate? Like when you were going to do a gospel record, like was that going to be it?
For sure. Yeah, those songs, I come from a very little old country Baptist church, the Antioch Baptist Church. I'm a faithful follower of Brother John Birch, and I belong to the Antioch Baptist Church, and I don't even own a garage.
You can call home and ask my wife.
Yeah, but that's true. Antioch Baptist Church is, super small, mostly family, and I kind of felt like the collection of these gospel songs were sort of the gospel, hot 10 greatest hits, the southern gospel.
Like if K-Tel was going to put out their southern gospel sounds,
Totally.
this would be that would be the track
so.
listing.
And so it was just all the songs that we grew up singing at my church.
But you wrote one too, didn't you?
I did write one. Yeah, the only original I wrote with my wife and Mark Harmeyer from Mike and the Moon Pies.
Okay.
Did I say Mark? Mike. And yeah, it's
That'd be
called
funny if his name was Mark.
Mark Harmeyer.
Look, I completely blew one of my guests' touring schedules today, so I mean, you can make whatever mistake you want to. Call whoever, call him whatever.
His band is Mike and the Moon Pies.
Right.
So it would amuse me if his name wasn't actually Mike.
Mark and the Marn Pies. Anyway, he's great, and and Mike and them had lost. What was his name? The guy that ran with them forever. Older guy, he passed that year. Anyway, I knew Mike was going through that, and of course wrote this at the end of 2020, which was a crazy year for everybody. And anyway, that's the only original on there.
Okay, well, let's go ahead. We're talking a lot about music. Let's go ahead and hear some. You want to do a song for us?
This has nothing to do with the gospel album, or maybe it does. This is the gospel. This is a gospel song, in my opinion. I'm going to do, since it is Prine Week, and I need to practice, this is a John Prine song. I didn't grow up listening to a lot of Prine. I'm ashamed to say. It wasn't him, obviously, it was me. Now, it was one of those deals where I always knew that it was great, and it just had not matured enough until the Tree of Forgiveness album, and this song just crushed me, and still does. Last night, turned on the TV, looked out the window, and then pulled down the shade. And I came to the conclusion my mind could not be made. She said, "What were you thinking?" I'm just wondering, is it something that I did? I said, "It's nothing, it's just something I picked up as a kid." I hear a lot of empty spaces. I see a big hole in you. I feel an outline that traces an imaginary path back to you. This ain't no ordinary blue. Was a train wreck for a split second. I was a complicated guy. I hope we don't find this is the last time we ever say goodbye. The orange moon is rising on the horizon in the outskirts of my mind. I sat and listened as it glistened. It said, "Leave the past behind." I hear a lot of empty spaces. I see a big hole in you. I feel outline that traces an imaginary path back to you. This ain't no ordinary blue. Too cold to hold, too deep to swim through. Too cold to hold, too deep to swim through. Last night, turned on the TV, looked out the window, and then pulled down the shade.
All right, like Lightning 100, Nashville's independent radio, and that's one from Brent Cobb hanging out here in the volume.com studio, along with Hayes Carll, talking about the Getting Together tour that's going to kick off coming up this Friday out at the Basement East. Guys, if I guess individually here, people want to find you, maybe get some merch, check out the socials, all that. Is there anywhere we need to aim people?
For me, it is Instagram, Brent_Cobb. I think my website is BrentCobbMusic.com. I don't know. If you go to Google, it just go Brent Cobb Music.
Google Brent Cobb Music. There you go. That's what I did today. That's how I saw those awesome Red Man hats you've got. Yeah, like those.
Thank you.
And Hayes, we want to track you down. Can we?
Yeah, I think it's just Hayes Carll, Carll.
There you go.
For everything.
All right. Too easy, guys. Thank you both very much. Safe travels to you.
Thanks for having us.
Be right back in just a little bit. We'll do some local lightning from Ruby and Monfu coming up next on Nashville's independent radio, Lightning 100.